We've also been testing our muscle strength using this Biodex isokinetic dynamometer.
Pointless. But no, for scientific purposes, let's go for a 1 rep max on the isokinetic dynamometer.
Since the beginning of the experiment, Brad's strength has trended up. My strength also trended up, but not by as much as Brad's. And at my last check-in, it was down a bit.
And so how many of you think Jeff actually got weaker while doing all this training, or he was just a little bit overtrained, unmotivated, and so on?
This time, I was determined to have my best strength test yet.
But this time, he went down 4% last time. He didn't want to go down this time, and so I'm going to push it up even more. I'm going to turn it up a notch. You see how the data depends on the mood that you're in, and what are the results?
I got a massive isokinetic dynamometer PR of 359.2 Newton meters.
A 15% PR. Do you know how hard it is to PR by 15%? 15%. If your 1 rep max on the bench is 400 pounds, that's like benching 460. How many of you think that Jeff actually got 15% stronger, or did he just try harder than last time?
I buckled back in for round 2.
2, 1.
Go! Oh, hold on. No, hold on. I felt something really weird in my knee.
And I injured my knee.
This is what happens. There's no point in doing these tests. Testing your 1 rep max, it's pointless. It's not worth it. My recommendation is to go for a 10 rep max. Hey, you can bench press 225 for 10. Let's see, can you do it for 11? So much safer. There's no reason to get injured just to test your 1 rep max.
Partially torn tendon. So that sucks. I'm leaving this recomp phase not only having gained 0 muscle in the last 3 months, but with a freshly injured knee.
And this is from a guy who's natural. Imagine if you're on steroids where your muscles grow significantly faster, and in comparison to your tendons and ligaments, they're much easier to get injured. Jeff's natty got injured testing a 1 rep max. Please learn from this. Don't go for your 1 rep max.
Even though in this case, I don't think it had anything to do with my training. I think it was just being fasted, not having anything to eat, and then having to go and do an all-out isometric strength test.
All that work and for naught. Remember, we're trying to control all the variables, and so thankfully they're not going to get his brother to also injure his knee in order to have equal comparisons. And so do you see how difficult it is through science to have all variables be equal?
And we also, because of time constraints and everything, didn't do any warm-up before.
Did he just say due to time constraints, we never bothered to warm up? Please warm up. Remember, you're not Andrew Tate.
Warm up. You don't warm up.
Warm up.
You just jump into it.
Of course.
You don't warm the back up?
No. Is that what you're supposed to do? You're supposed to warm up?
You've seen the videos of Andrew Tate training with Bradley Martin and Mike Thurston. Bro doesn't warm up. Exhibit A yet again on why you should always warm up.
It's officially time to start the cut. Nice.
And finally, it's time to cut down to now 2,200 calories. Now remember, had they not been bulking to 3,000 calories and trying to gain or recomp, if you will, at 2,800 calories, they would never have had to cut to 2,200 in the first place. And so why not just cut through all the bullshit? Why not just have them eat 2,500 calories for a year and see what happens? Both would have performed better. Both would have been leaner, both would have made muscle gains, and his brother in particular would have quickly dropped below 35% body fat. By this time, he'd probably be closer to 20% body fat, loving his body, and as he said, I have less social anxiety because I'm lifting weights. Imagine if he had been at 2,500 calories from the start, dropping fat week after week, month after month. Bro probably be at 20% body fat already.
Finally getting to see the gains that I'd made during the bulk.
And so remember, 2,200 calories, that ain't fun. I eat 4,000. I can't imagine having to starve myself on 2,200 calories. But as I always say, all good things come to an end. And so it might have been fun eating 3,000 calories for a while, but now you only get to eat 2,200. And that's hard. And remember, he was already losing muscle at 2,800 calories. And so what will happen at 22?
I think I'm going to extend it until March.
They didn't diet long enough to get back to their starting weight, and so they had to add in 2 additional months of dieting in order to make up for all that bulking. And so exhibit B on why you shouldn't bulk. Y'all think, oh, I'll just bulk up for 3 months, mini cut for 4. Do you see what happened? They had to extend the diet for 2 months to get back down to where they started. Why did they not bulk up in the first place? And so nobody wants to listen to Coach Greg. And so people just think that Coach Greg is talking out of his ass. I speak from experience. I've been doing this for decades.
I'm so excited for this to be done.
And so it scares me. I'm excited for this to be done. Remember, when you make changes, my opinion, it should be changes you can make for the rest of your life. If you're thinking, I can't wait for this diet to be over, to this training program to be done, is it really something you're going to stick with for life? So rather than bulking and cutting, being unusually full for half the year and then hungry for the other, why not just maintain and do it for life?
That means from the start of the experiment to now, he's up 10 pounds of lean mass and down, get this, 10 pounds of fat mass.
And so after all of this, he's down 10 pounds of fat and up 10 pounds of muscle. And so he basically canceled everything out. In other words, he maintained. He started and ended at the same weight while building 10 pounds of muscle while losing 10 pounds of fat. And so why not just maintain from the start? I mean, had anyone ever thought of that? Say he starts at 200 pounds. You stay at 200 pounds week after week, month after month. Slowly over that year, you lose fat and you build muscle. And at the end of the year, do you know what happens? Perhaps you're up 12 pounds of muscle and down 12 pounds of fat. I predicted he was going to build 12 pounds of muscle. He built 10. He did great. He's lost 10 pounds of fat. He's built 10 pounds of muscle. This is amazing. He started at 36.2% body fat, which is obese, and he's now less obese at 29.8%. And so is it now time to go on another bulk and a cut? I don't think so. And so what do I think should happen? He should continue to cut. He should continue to cut slowly until he gets to a healthy body fat percentage. My opinion on that, it's somewhere between 15 and 20%. Anything above 25%, that's obese. And so he still has a long way to go in order to not be obese. I want him to live longer than last time. I want him to be healthy. I think he should continue to go on his cut. Now, don't get me wrong. He's done amazing. He has 10 pounds more muscle and 10 pounds less fat. This perhaps already going to add years to his life. I just want him to keep it going. And I want to have all the millions of people that watch this video to not copy exactly what's being done. If you're already obese, you're not a beast. You don't need to go on a bulk. Start by cutting, or at the very least, maintain. And if you're a bodybuilder like Jeff Nippard and you're already above 15% body fat, the bulk's over. You've already bulked. You are a bulk. And so go on a cut and or maintain. There's no benefit to bulking to past 20% body fat and then cutting from there. If you're at above 20% body fat and you're a bodybuilder and you want to cut down, for example, 5% body fat for a bodybuilding competition, that's 15%. You're going to be dieting for likely 30 weeks of the year. That is a lot.
I just want fries, chicken burger, fries. Yeah. And just some really good tequila, bro. Yeah.
So Jeffy wants a cheat meal, fries, nuggets, a burger, and some perhaps alcohol. I think that if you were maintaining, you could have had these types of meals throughout the year. Remember, 80% healthy, 20% perhaps off-meal plans. Nothing wrong with that. My coaching plans allow people to eat off-meal all the time. I don't starve my clients. You can eat off-meal every single day. I count for this. And so if you're looking for one of the best coaches in the world, talking about myself here, I'm allowed to brag. Click the link in the description and apply for reduced coaching prices right now. I have a system in place with myself and my team. And yes, you do get coached by Coach Greg, as well as talk to me on the phone. And so if you're interested, remember, it includes blood work readings, recommendations, weekly check-ins, training plan, nutrition plan, everything. If you're interested, click the link in the description.
I gained 2.7 pounds of lean mass.
2.7. I was very close. Jeff had guessed 4. 2.7. Now, what would have happened if I had have coached him? He would have gained 3. Is it guaranteed? Nope. But I do believe that to be true. And what I've done different? I would have had him main gain the entire time. No bulk, no cut, main gain. There would have been no strength 1 rep max testing. He wouldn't have been injured. And so likely he would have put on more muscle because he wouldn't have had to reduce his training intensity in his legs because of that 1 rep max. I would have ensured, hey, Jeff, you're going for a 1 rep max, you need to warm up. No exceptions. And so you can believe me, you cannot believe me, you can say, no, bulking, cutting is way better. The evidence is here. And to me, it's clear. You don't need to bulk and cut. You can, in fact, main gain. Now, remember, if you're a single-digit body fat, guy like Will Tennyson, of course you need to go on a bulk. I'm not going to tell Will to main gain while he's currently shredded. These are the guys that need to bulk. But if you're 15% body fat for more, or heavens forbid above 25, you don't bulk. Please don't bulk.
I'm still up 2.7 pounds of lean mass. So yes, I did retain most of those gains while cutting down.
And most is a stretch. He put on 4.5 pounds of muscle on the bulk, but ended up keeping 2.7. That's about half. He trained 6 full months to keep half of the muscle that he put on. My personal opinion is he didn't put it on in the first place. I believe that the DEXA scan was wrong. And so believe what you want. You can believe the DEXA scan is so accurate because all these scientists say that it is, or you can believe Coach Greg. The DEXA scan is also a guess, and it makes mistakes. It is not an MRI scan.
Also, for the sake of scientific transparency, we also took BIA, or bioelectrical impedance measurements, throughout the study.
That's an even worse measurement of body fat analysis, and so anything done with this, you can just throw it out. It's absolutely useless.
It says that I lost 1 pound of lean mass. This probably would have gutted me if I didn't have access to higher quality, more expensive, and more sensitive equipment.
And so you see, it says he lost 1 pound of lean mass. And so if somebody used that and tested my Turk Builder Max, which they actually did with 1 pill, which we're not even sure if they actually did, they said, hey, there's no statistically significant difference in a month using Turk Builder Max using that test. Jeff trained an entire year, lost a pound of muscle, according to that type of testing. Some guy does an experiment with my Turk Builder Max, 1 pill, and people actually thought that that proved that it didn't work. And so how many people actually think the Turk Builder Max doesn't work? And yeah, you want me to do an experiment. Okay, sure. Give me the $300,000 for 1 test. And then at the end of the experiment, you're going to say, yeah, but Coach Greg, you can't run your own test. That's not legit. If you fund the study, you could have cheated. There's no winning. And why would I even bother? Oh, guess what, guys? I proved how much it works. What would I then do? I don't know. I'd triple the prices. I already have to put up the prices as we speak. Supply and demand. I don't have enough. And so you want me to prove that this stuff works when no one else can get it? Trust me, they've tried. You don't think other companies are trying to acquire Uzbekistanian Turkesterone? Guys, I smuggle in 50 keys across the border. I've been scouring the globe. This shit is harder to get than last time. You click the link in the description, you get your phone number out, and as soon as it's available, bammo, you're on the VIP list, and 3 hours before it goes live, you get first dibs. We send you a special code. You can buy it first. This is what happened last time, and guess how long it took to sell out? 46 minutes exactly. In 46 minutes, we sold out. And you all think, oh, it's a scam. 46 minutes we sold out with tens of thousands of people waiting to buy it. 46 minutes. Do you want it? Code Greg 15% off. Click the link in the description. Get notified. You don't want to miss the next drop.
The question we all want to know, am I going to use steroids? No.
And so Jeff says, am I going to use steroids? Of course the answer is no. Jeff, a lifetime natural, you really think he needs to resort to that? Now, Jeff, if you want, I will save some for you if you want me to send it to you and you can try it. Some other people in the fitness industry who you respect greatly, they're using it. Now, many of these people, they have sponsors for other companies. They can't admit that they're using it. And so I'm not going to divulge their names, but they are in fact using it. Jeff, do you want to try it? I dare you. You don't need to try it for long. Try it for 2 weeks. Let me know, do you feel it? You can keep it private. You don't have to say anything. I won't tell anyone. Remember, There are other social media influencers very famous using this right now. Have I named them? Now, Will has come out and stated publicly that he's used it. He's used it for his bodybuilding competition, of which he won, which many people said he's a fake natty, which he's not. Jeff, if you want to use it in private, say to no one, you can, of course, use it. And so if you're interested, Jeff, of course, send me a message. I would be happy to send it to you. I want to know your honest opinion, no bias. Do you feel it work? Is it as amazing as I say? Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm. Please like the video if you liked it. It's number 49 on trending. Let's keep it going. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm. Don't forget to watch one of those two loops. And of course, if you're looking to hire me, click that link. Apply right now for supplements, the cookbooks, clothing line, everything. Get to my website. And until next time, I am out.